Hi guys, and welcome to today's video. Those of you that are new to my channel, my name is Maria, and today I'm going to be doing the second part of the brand new SUQQU. It's the Spring Summer 2022 that was just recently released. All the products that I purchased I picked up from Selfridges, but other places like Harrods, Liberty London and also Cult Beauty will be selling these products from the 3rd of February. So I'll quickly show you the products that I used in my other video, and I'll put a link up here so you can take a look at that in more detail if you want to. So for the eye quad, I picked up Quad 07, and this is the color story of 07. Really beautiful quad. The formulas of these are just gorgeous. And the blush I used in that video is number 02. And finally, the lipstick that I used in that video, and this lipstick was a limited edition one. The eyeshadow quad and the blush that I used in that video are both going to be in the permanent line. However, this lipstick was the limited edition one, and it is shade 106. So if you want to see swatches of these and how they applied, then as I said, I'll put that link up of that video and you can take a look and see if that's the type of color story that you would like. So I already have on my foundation. I haven't powdered my foundation today because I'm trying out a new primer, and if that video goes up before this one, I'll put a link up to that as well. It's the new Hourglass primer, and at this stage it's actually looking pretty good. I've also got concealer on, I've done my eyebrows, and I've put on a little bit of bronzer as well. So the SUQQU eyeshadow quad that I'm going to be using today is number 08, and that's the one with the really beautiful teal color in it and the orange. Now this quad, as you can see, I have used it. I swatched it in my last video with the other SUQQU quad. And I also played around with this eyeshadow yesterday and just thought the colours looked absolutely stunning. And even though I swatched these shadows in my other video, I will do a swatch again in this video so you can take a look at how they swatch. So this one is a really beautiful champagne colour, and this one is a really lovely taupe. This one is orange, and this one is the beautiful teal. These two are mattes. This one I sort of use as a topper shade. It's not quite as opaque as the other ones, and this is a really beautiful shimmer shade. So I'm going to use all 4 shadows for this eye look, and I'm going to take my Rapid number 15 brush, and I'm going to go into that taupe shade. And I'm going to take the Rapid number 3, and I'm also going to run that shade underneath on my lower lash line as well. Then I'm going to take the Rapid number 14, and I'm going to go into the orange shade. And I'm going to put that through my crease and just slightly above it as well. And I'm going to bring a bit more of that orange colour in through here. I'm going to take the Rapid number 3 again, and I'm going to use that same orange shade, and I'm just going to put some just through here. Then I'm going to take the Sonia G Worker 3, and now I'm going to use this really beautiful teal shade, and I'm going to pack it into the outer corner of my eyelid. I'm also going to put some through the crease and put some above as well. Then I'm going to take the Sonia G Blender Pro, and I'm just going to go over what I've done and just soften everything out a little bit. And then using that same Rapid number 3, using the same shade, that teal shade. I'm going to run that on my lower lash line as well. Then I'm going to take a SUQQU brush. This is the F06 brush, and go back into that taupe colour and put it through here. And then finally I'm going to go into that really beautiful champagne colour and just put that over the top of that taupe colour that I just put on. And then I'm also going to put a little bit of that champagne colour just on the very inner corner. It'll probably just be very subtle, which it is, but it does give just a beautiful lightness on the inner corner. And then I'm going to put some eyeliner on. This is the SUQQU eyeliner. This is in the shade Chocolat. It's a really beautiful brown, and I think it'll go really lovely with these colours. So I've now put my mascara on as well, and everything that I've got on my face today will be linked in the description box below. So this is a really beautiful colour story. I think it's gorgeous. I love the green. I really love greens anyway, and I love the orange with it, and that taupe colour is just gorgeous. And I also like the champagne over the top of the taupe through here. It just sort of lifts it a bit, and even though it's quite subtle for the inner corner, you can still see it, and it just gives that really gentle sort of sparkly effect. And overall I think it looks really, really beautiful. So now let's take a look at the blush. This is a new formula for SUQQU. They are called the Melting Powder Blush. There were 8 blushes released, and they are part of their permanent line. And this one is number 03. And I think the formula of these are really, really beautiful. When you put your finger in to swatch the blush, it does feel quite creamy. So this is sort of a cream to powder formula. They're quite unusual, and I have used them since I did the video on the other one the other day as well. I think they are stunning, and I find that they last really well too. So as I said, today I haven't got any powder on top of my foundation, but I have used these blushes with powder, and they went beautifully with the powder. But this is the first time that I'll be using the blush without any powder over the top of my foundation. So I'll do a swatch of this colour on the back of my hand. This is described as a coral pink, so it's a warmer toned type of pink, and definitely looks more coral than pink. Well, it seems to on my skin anyway. And today I'm going to use the SUQQU. It's a classic cheek brush, and just see how this applies. So you can see it is quite pigmented. The other day, or the other couple of days, I've been using the blush. I've used the SUQQU blush brush, and that definitely puts on a lighter layer. So if you want to go for a more subtle look, you definitely can with these blushes, but they are buildable and they blend really well too. So these blushes aren't matte. They have a very, very subtle sheen to them, but I think they look really, really pretty. And even though they have that sheen to them, they don't seem to emphasize my texture in any way. So with using that SUQQU brush, it actually laid down a lot of pigment. So I'm going to take the smooth buffer and just go over it a little bit. It's good for you to be able to see this type of colour in the video. But for me, for every day, I do like it a little bit softer. So now that I've seen how it lays down with the classic cheek, when I use these blushes for me in the future for everyday type of use, I'll definitely be using a fluffier brush. And then finally is the lipstick. They came out with 4 new lipsticks. These are the SUQQU, these are the sheer mattes. This one that I'm going to use today is number 11. And the one that I used in my other video, that was more of a berry colour. And that was number 106. Now, I think from memory, that lipstick 106 was limited edition, but the one that I'm going to use today is going to be part of their permanent line. So those of you that haven't seen the SUQQU lipsticks before, this is how they come when you purchase them, and they have these little plastic caps on them. If you want to have the lid, that needs to be purchased separately. And as I explained in my other video, I've previously bought SUQQU lipsticks. So I do have the permanent caps that come with them, and this is what they look like. So I'll put one on to show you. They aren't magnetic or anything like that. They push on, but they won't fall off. So if in your handbag or anything like that, there's no chance of the lid coming out. They're actually very, very secure, and I really love this design. I think it's really, really lovely. And this is what the bullet of the lipstick looks like. Now, if you want to see these two lipsticks side by side, then in the other video I did, I have swatched both these lipsticks side by side, so you can take a look there. But I will swatch this one on the back of my hand so you can take a look at the colour. So this is the lipstick, and that is the blush that I've just put on. This is more of a neutral colour than the other lipstick I tried. And as I explained in the other video, I don't really tend to buy a lot of matte lipsticks, but I do like the formula of these. They're described as a sheer matte, and I really think they should be called sheer soft mattes because they don't dry down whatsoever. They just feel really beautiful and comfortable on the lips. And here is the finished look. I think this eyeshadow quad by SUQQU is absolutely beautiful. I love the greens and the orange. Really gorgeous. They blend like a dream. Just like I said in my other video with the other SUQQU quad, they have really beautiful formulas. So I have worn these shadows for a few days now, and I find that they wear really well throughout the day too. The blushes are just stunning. I love them. I'm going to pick up some more shades. I'm really impressed with these blushes. I think they are absolutely beautiful. And these sheer matte lipsticks are gorgeous. I love the shade. I think it goes really beautifully with this look today. And I really love that berry lipstick as well. I thought it went really beautifully with that other quad that I wore. So both quads are equally gorgeous. It really depends what type of color story you want. I really love this one, but I really love the other one as well with that really beautiful raspberry shade in it. It's just gorgeous. And I also think with this quad too, you can also use it to go for a much more subdued look as well. You could even just use the taupe shade and this champagne shade together, put that all over the lid and just above, and then go over the lid with this champagne shade, and I think that would look really gorgeous too. So that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time. Bye.